What up, dude bros? I'm Frank. This is a video review of the Adventure Force Villainator. This blaster is a spring-powered pump-action 40-round cylinder blaster. Very cool. Let's get into the review. Included is the blaster, detached drum, darts, and the instructions. External overview of the Villainator. Starting up at the front, there's no in-strike barrel lug. This is not a Nerf brand blaster. Above the muzzle is a front flip-up sight. It's in the up position now, but you can flip it down. And below that is the priming handle. This is a spring-powered blaster to prime. You pull back and push forward. The prime stroke is pretty smooth, and the force required is a little bit harder than something like an Alpha Trooper or a Nerf equivalent. But this blaster shoots a little harder than those Nerf blasters, so that extra force is to be expected. Up top is a dart zone tactical rail, to which you can attach Nerf attachments. They slide around a little more freely, but they hold in place. It doesn't feel exactly like a Nerf rail, and it does slide a little bit, but it totally works. And below that is this massive drum. This is a 40 dart drum. To load, you can just slide your darts in. There are two rows, one on the outside and one on the inside. It fires all 40 rounds without having to manipulate the drum. You don't have to switch from inner layer to outer layer or anything. It just alternates from outside to inside, outside, inside. And you can spin the drum freely with your hand as you're reloading, so reloading is very, very fast and easy. And moving back to the trigger pull is pretty standard. This blaster does have slam fire. And now down to the grip. This is an excellent grip. Dart zone is on point lately, man. Now it is a little smaller and a little thinner than a Nerf Elite grip, but it just works. It looks pretty simple, it looks basic, but it's very comfortable, especially if you play for an extended period of time. Grips don't really matter if you pick up your blasters for 10 minutes at a time, but when you're playing for hours, that's when a bad grip gets really uncomfortable. I shot tons and tons of ammo out of this blaster, and the grip was just fantastic. The front grip as well. The ergonomics out of this blaster are just fantastic. Very utilitarian and functional. So fantastic grip. That's 3 good grips in a row, Dart Zone. Way to go, bros. And moving back to the stock, this is a removable stock. If you hit the orange button here, you can slide it off, and that reveals the stock attachment point. This is not an in-strike stock attachment point and is not compatible with any of your Nerf stocks. However, Dart Zone is now standardizing their stock attachment points, so you can take the stock off of the Adventure Force Spectrum and slap it onto the Villainator if you want to. You probably shouldn't because the Spectrum stock is too short, but it's great to see a standardized stock within the Dart Zone brand. This stock does have a sling attachment point right here, which is a really awkward place for a sling mount, but there's really no other place to attach a sling, which is a concern for some people. That is an external overview of the Adventure Force Villainator. Let's see it fire. Operating the Adventure Force Villainator was a blast. This blaster is such a fantastic performer. It's smooth, it operates well, I didn't have any jams or malfunctions, and I even thrashed this slam fire, and I didn't have a single hiccup with this drum. So great firing performance, and to compare this blaster to others, I put it up on my chronograph, and with the included Dart Zone darts, achieved an average velocity of 86 feet per second. Then I tested with Nerf Elite darts and also achieved an average velocity of 86 feet per second, which is considerably harder than the 70 FPS par out of most Nerf Elite blasters on the market right now. So firing performance is excellent. It shoots fast, it shoots relatively consistently, and no jams or malfunctions at all. That's the objective information I can provide on this blaster. Now to my personal opinion. Overall, I absolutely love the Villainator. They did a phenomenal job with this blaster. 40 round capacity with a relatively small footprint, with pump action, slam fire enabled, and everything just runs so smoothly. And the ergonomics and balance of the blaster are designed very well. I'm 6'4", I'm a pretty big dude, but this blaster fits me just fine. And I think a younger person would feel very comfortable on the platform. It really is suitable for all body shapes. So I am very impressed with this blaster. Dart Zone is really stepping up their game lately. And this drum is so compact, this footprint is relatively small. This is the Dart Zone Magnum. This is also a 40 round capacity, same capacity, but this is just one row of darts. And you can see how much smaller it makes the blaster, and it fires off just as smoothly. So overall, very high opinion of the Villainator. Now to the question, to buy or not to buy. If you're looking for a spring primary and you do not want to use magazines, yes, I would recommend you buy this blaster. As far as non-magazine fed spring blasters, this has got to be the best one on the market right now. I mean, I like the Magnum, and this is actually the Magnum 2X, review coming soon. And it's a great blaster, and it's impressive that you can get 40 rounds into a blaster this size. But now they got a 40-round blaster that has an even smaller drum and, in my opinion, better ergonomics. I personally prefer pump action. It's just more comfortable for me. And I've said this before, but a major benefit of using an open cylinder as opposed to a magazine is I can have this primed, loaded, and pointed at somebody as I'm reloading my empty barrels. With a magazine, you have to take the magazine out to reload, and during that magazine change, you're vulnerable. I can be primed with the dart loaded, ready to pull the trigger as I'm reloading, which is a unique benefit to cylinders. That's really beneficial if you're a scavenger or if you want to buy one blaster and you don't want to buy a bunch of extra tactical gear. If you're using a magazine-fed blaster but you only have one magazine, your reloads are going to be real slow. So if you're looking for a spring primary with minimal investment, you don't have to buy magazines or any extra accessories, definitely check this one out. If you buy this and a bunch of darts, you're set for all day. You can reload as you're running around. You don't really need magazines. That's not to say there's no benefit of using mags, but that's just a different mindset. So given the class spring primary that does not use magazines, this blaster has my highest buy recommendation. If you're looking for something in this category, definitely consider this one. And I'll have a purchase link in the description box for anybody that wants to buy one. That concludes this video review of the Adventure Force Villainator. Thanks so much for watching, bros, and as always, stay tactical.